Hey fellas, Onus here, and welcome back to With a Y, and today I have an update on the Backrooms for you. Not the movie itself, but internet response to it. I'm sure if you've been following any sort of coverage about it, whether it's the tweets on Twitter or like any of the various interviews that Kane Parsons has been giving, like he's showing up in some weird-ass places. Like he was on Good Morning America, Jimmy Fallon for some reason, but you can kind of sum up the sort of questions he's getting asked in these things with stuff like this. Kane Parsons is officially the youngest director ever to have a #1 film at the domestic box office in its opening weekend. He is only 20 years old. And I'm not gonna lie, like this was like something I brought up in like my own coverage of the movie as well, because I do think it is remarkable. But it's every interview that this guy does that he gets asked about being as young as he was when he started working on this movie. And it's certainly an interesting concept to dig into and like hear about. And most of the people asking him these questions are people with like different audiences than the people who asked him it a week before the movie even came out. But it's gotten really funny that there's like a world record or an achievement that he'll hit through the Backrooms movie, and then there'll always be the follow-up of he's only 20 years old. And almost every time that happens, there's this fucking image of his face, man. It's damn near inescapable at this point. Also, if you enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. We're trying to hit 300k on the channel. We are getting up there, and it would mean the world if you did. Some people have noted that like white boys love to do this type of angle with a picture they're taking of their head. I may or may not be guilty of this. I will not be disclosing this information at this time. But over the last few days, it has just turned into like memeing the shit out of articles going about like Kane Parsons is doing a thing. Like there is a rumor going around that he was working on a Backrooms 2 movie already, and he came out in an interview like the next day saying, I have no idea where that came from. It feels like it was hallucinated. So Discussing Fish comes on the scene and says, Kane Parsons is rumored he is 20 years old. And funny enough, before I saw a large amount of these tweets showing up on my timeline, long updates hit me with the realness and told me what was going on. My entire timeline is nothing but Kane Parsons, where it's Renate Rensveb getting chased by that picture of Kane Parsons we were talking about, man. I feel bad because like any public figure, there will be like a picture of them from when they were younger that will follow them for the rest of their public career. And I think we figured out which one it is. Backrooms director Kane Parmesans is now officially the cheesiest director ever. He expires in 20 years. And then you just have rancid looking edits like this one where they just turn him into a block of cheese. And they even remade the second most used image of Kane where it's him talking to Chiwetel on the set of the Backrooms. And they made him a really long piece of cheese in this too. Like they just extended his face to the end of the block, bro. Some may argue that the block of cheese he is has as many holes as the plot of the movie. I'm not one of those people, but some people would argue it. Here's the rare Parsons variant where he's like looking at the camera like Anthony Mackie does. Backrooms director Kane Parsons has apparently bought a horse. What? Said Parsons when asked directly. Here you can see his picture located in Kane Parsons' home. He has a gigantic ranch and 50 acres of land. I fear there will never be another Kane Parsons directed movie after what he's experienced in this movie. Kane Parsons is now the first director. I thought there were more. He is 20 years old. You always gotta end it with the he is 20 years old, dude. Like that is just like an immutable fact. It's damn near Kane Parsons' true last name. Parsons is his middle, and he is 20 years old in quotes is what gets written on the birth certificate when he was born. This motherfucker was born to be 20 years old, and hopefully, you know, a few years after that as well. Backrooms director Kane Parsons is suddenly spherical. I'm just gonna roll with it. Source discussing sphere. The first tweet I showed you in this video was a discussing film tweet where they had a similar bit to this, but except it wasn't a bit. It's just on Twitter, I think they're the account that has been doing the he is the only 20 years old thing the most. Pointless Hub doing some citizen journalism, just really getting the scoop by like talking to the guy directly. No, I'm not that type of director. How did you get in here? Get out of my house. Backrooms director Kane Parsons on if he would direct traffic at the intersection of Blockville Way. Source Variety. Well, it's good to know that he got his information from a reputable source and he was collaborating with them to get this particular line from Kane. It's just hard to know what's authentic out there these days because for a very long time there, I really did think Kane had turned into a sphere. And I was incredibly open to the change if that ended up being the case because after all, the only thing to sphere is fear itself. Speaking of a joke stolen from Toby Fox, I know you guys have been dying for an obligatory Undertale or Deltarune mention. Backrooms director Kane Parsons has stated he is currently fighting the Great Papyrus. I am blue. God damn, dude, gravity's gotta be weighing down on you. It's not just the weight of your achievements getting you this time, it's literal soul magic. And then attached was an expertly edited picture of the legendary set photo where Kane's blue and Chiwetel is playing Papyrus. Honestly, now that I think about it, with the way Chiwetel played Captain Clark in the one commercial, I could see him doing like a pretty good Papyrus voice acting job. Anonymous Backrooms fan shares thoughts on the film. Yeah, I liked it. I can't put my finger on it, but this guy looks not familiar at all. This is a completely random guy who I can't can't even like say I know anybody who looks like him. Just a real objective observer, I think, is what we got on our hands, man. Like this just looks like an out-and-out Backrooms fan with no ties to the production of it. From a discussing film parody account, Kane Parsons is officially the first director on fire. He is melting. I don't know what it is, but the lighting just makes him look hard as fuck from the back, man. That's some like good feathering work they did on this shit. Backrooms director Kane Parsons discusses future plans for a potential movie sneakquel. I was trying to channel my best impression of a news reporter, like on a local station, just handing the microphone to a dog, and then they get real curious and they go, sniff, sniff, sniff. He's probably speaking in Morse code when you think about it, man. I feel like sniffles are the only noises a guy like this could realistically make. I also appreciate when they do this edited bit and then just attach an unedited photo of like some actual promo material from the Backrooms as the second image. Kane Parsons, director of Backrooms, was the first, period. Like, ever. He is 120 million years old. God damn, this motherfucker has been around the block. He was there for every major scientific discovery in human existence, and he looks great, skin glowing. For being that old, holy shit. Backrooms director Kane Parsons is officially the dumbest movie director ever. He's only 1 year old, and they give him a lollipop. That's so sweet. I feel like just giving him like the drool would have been disrespectful enough, but you didn't need to like change the features of his nose and eyes to make him look like the stonks guy from Reddit. Kane Parsons has lost all defining features. He simply is. No quotes from him, as he is not even able to sniff into the microphone anymore. In a joke that I specifically appreciate because it kind of ties back to Kane's humble beginnings liking Valve games, Backrooms director Kane Parsons has suddenly turned red because I can't be placed here, he says. It's kind of weird because it seems like most of him can't be placed here, but he has some like hair poking out that's his normal blonde color. I assume that like if you do try to place the object, the hair will stay just floating in midair, but like the rest of his body will be gone. I would recommend you don't place him. Find a spot that you can't actually touch him down on because we can't get rid of the brain. We need that shit for more stuff to be made. Luckily, ever since Wong Update's timeline got flooded by nothing but Kane Parsons shit posts, he had been working on where he could put him. Kane Parsons is turned green. He is the greenest director to have a #1 movie at the global box office. Hey, good for him, man, but it's kind of unfortunate that it seems like a kind of either-or situation here. You can either place parts of his hair in a certain spot, and that's what'll stick around, or you can choose to have him keep his skin and organs, but like he's got to go bald, and that includes the eyebrows. Like that's the only part of him that isn't green, man. It's just a real shame, but you got to do what you got to do. Kane, I'm sorry, you got to take one for the team. You're getting a buzz cut, and you know, with your complexion, you shouldn't look any worse than a Harkonnen from Dune. Backrooms director Kane Parsons has reportedly stole my lollipop. No, I didn't, he says. I mean, like, I'm looking at the photo evidence in front of me, man, and I don't really see anything that could be a lollipop on it. Like, it's clearly just Kane Parsons in the flesh. Very distended, still lifelike flesh, but that's him, all right. I'm gonna have to take Kane Parsons' side over you, Zeno. I think you're just lying for attention, man. You just really want to implicate this guy on some shit that you probably just dropped and forgot that was in your pocket until you actually wanted to eat it, like the gluttonous fiend you are. And you're mad at a guy who's winning in life because of it. Kane Parson. It's redacted, I can't read it. I couldn't tell you, but something about this image looks slightly edited. I'm really not sure. You're gonna have to tell me in the comments what it is, because my media literacy is clearly very low considering the explainer videos I needed for the movies I've watched in recent memory. And this is just him normally talking to an actor who he's protecting the identity of on the set of the Backrooms. Like, this seems like pretty standard fare. Nothing crazy going on, just like actual, genuine behind the scenes media. Always good to see what goes into the art that we enjoy. You know what I'm saying, guys? Backrooms director Kane Parsons has officially achieved mitosis. There's 4 of me now, he says 4 times. He is 20 years old apiece, collectively 80, which technically makes him a peer of Martin Scorsese. And in their 80s, only one of these directors collectively has committed to using AI in further productions of stuff they're making, so who's the greatest filmmaker of all time? Backrooms director Kane Parsons was supposed to show up for an interview today. Luckily, an anonymous viewer gives us a tip on where he might be. He went that way. Oh man, Kane Parsons left the vicinity? Then I can't get any more new posts on him. How am I supposed to get information? I guess that's where I have to wrap this up, guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at @withany. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Anyways, piss off.